What is up, people? Holy cow, it kind of feels like forever since I made one of these BMF tournament fights, but it's only been about, what, 3 days, you know? It's only been 3 days, but we are back in the saddle, ready to sit back, relax, and enjoy some fights together. And this is the first quarterfinal matchup. It is Michael the Count Bisping going up against the most popular UFC fighter. I was going to say UFC fighter on the roster, but is McGregor still on the roster? I don't know. Technically, he's not, but Bisping's going up against one of the most popular fighters ever, and Conor McGregor. So I cannot wait to see this showdown happen. And the winner of this one faces the winner of Vanderlei and Nate Diaz, which is going to be a crazy fight. You know what? In that video, be prepared for some wacky impersonations. But as these guys are coming in, I have a funny story about Michael Bisping. A while ago, like 5 years ago, I was hanging out at the good old Eaton Center in Toronto with my older brother. And all of a sudden, Michael Bisping walked right by us, and he stopped by, and he's like, "Hey, lads," he's like, "Where's the restroom? Where's the restroom?" And I'm like, "It's right over there." And I'm thinking, like, dude, you're in a mall. All you gotta do is keep on walking, and you'll find a restroom. But he really had to take a leak. He was probably like a 9 out of 10, but he was panicking. He's like, "Where's the restroom? Where's the restroom?" I think it was the creatine that was making him having that urge to go to the bathroom. But it was so funny because after, I'm like, I told my brother, I'm like, "Dude, that was Michael Bisping, man." And he's like, yeah, he didn't want to seem starstruck, but we played it cool, and we didn't, acknowledge him or whatever. But it was so funny just to see him in person. But I've never met Conor McGregor. It would be nice to meet him, but obviously at this stage of his life, he is probably surrounded by bodyguards. But let me know if you ever met Conor McGregor. I know we have a lot of UK people out there that, are big fans of McGregor, and people all across the world, to be exact. So let me know if you ever taken a picture with him or if you've met him. But for this showdown, if I had to, really think about this showdown, it's going to be a tough fight for McGregor, in my opinion, because Bisping is a middleweight / light heavyweight, so he's got a lot of power. He's got that stamina, too. And if you play this game, if you're a hardcore player in this game, people would rank Michael Bisping as a top 3 guy to use in this game. And especially for middleweight, a lot of people have him as the #1 middleweight in this game just because he's so durable. He's got good boxing, and he has good health, man, and stamina. He's a really good fighter. And as far as McGregor obviously has some great hands, but his stamina is not the greatest. And I honestly think if I had to put on the good old prediction Nostradamus hat on, I would say that, you know what, this is going to be a really tough fight for McGregor, and I feel like his stamina is going to be his downfall. But we've seen wacky things in this tournament. Holy cow, that Ferguson-Romero fight was just wild, man. Just because everybody knows that the Tony Ferguson in this game is a submission monster, and the fact that Romero caught him with that head kick is something that won't happen if you had to run that back like 20 times, If you had to actually do Ferguson-Romero, I would say, that Romero would lose 80% of the time, to be honest. So, I've seen some crazy things, so we'll see what happens. And don't forget that McGregor is the poster baby for this game. So they really beefed up his stats. But it doesn't really translate when the lighter fighter moves up in weight to fight the heavier guy. So I don't think McGregor is going to be as powerful as we are known to seeing him in the ring. But here we go, man. I'm so excited to see what happens. Oh! And right away, they're throwing down. I was going to say, usually in this game, when you're watching the AI on Legendary Fight, it takes them a minute to download the data. Look at them. They're getting the old software update, trying to figure out how to solve their opponent. But they came out guns a-blazing. But right away, we're seeing McGregor trying to stalk Bisping. And in my opinion, I think that's a bad move because Michael, like I said, he's a stamina beast. And I love watching those hardcore players fight when it's Nick Diaz versus Bisping because it's like stamina versus stamina. But right here, we're seeing a very conservative approach by London's own Michael the Count. So, I was going to say, it's so funny with Bisping because when he first started, a lot of people hated him. And now people just love him and respect him. You know, I think it was after he got knocked out by Henderson that people started liking him. McGregor laying the leather, but he's emptying the tank. Not a good move. And already we're seeing the stamina differential on Bisping's side. Nice kick. I like the conservative approach, though, by Michael Bisping here. He knows it's 5 rounds. And McGregor's pacing himself. Nice shots by McGregor. Oh, that kick to the kneecap's pretty deadly. Nice. Good job. Nice defensive moves by McGregor. He's landing his shots, though. The only thing I'm noticing, though, is that those McGregor bombs aren't really... he gets the takedown. They're not really doing as much damage as we are used to seeing when he's in a regular fight. But this is crazy. Nice denial, and this is a great strategy by Michael Bisping here. He's got the mount. All it takes is, 5 good clean shots, but McGregor's trying to buck him off. Doesn't get him. Good base by Michael trying to slow him down here. And we know about submissions that the computer AI is not the greatest at getting out of submissions here, so could it be over? Oh, man. It's kind of crazy that this fight may be done right here. Oh, my gosh. 2 more gates. Oh, my gosh. This fight is done. It's done. It's not. He got out of it. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'll be real with you guys, man. I'm glad he got out of it because to have the fight end like that, it would be just more fuel to the fire that the AI cannot get out of submissions. Bisping's rocked. This is surprising, though. In my opinion, it's surprising that Bisping is not as aggressive. Hey, you guys noticing that? It just seems like he's like, he went out on an all-night bender, right? What did GSP say? Remember that? GSP and Bisping had a press conference before their fight, and one of the famous lines that I'm making it famous by using it in almost every video for my outro is Bisping was talking to GSP. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. He was bad-mouthing GSP, and he's like, you know what, you're a little midget. He's like, and look at your suit, George. You can't afford a new suit. You look like a professor. And then George's response was, hey, Mike, are you intoxicated or something? And then Bisping's like, you know what? I'm in Vegas. Stop, George. I'm in Vegas. Who would not want to enjoy some late nights in Vegas with some good old liquid courage? But you got to see that. If you're ever bored, search up Bisping GSP pre-fight press conference. Is funny, but yeah, Bisping's got to be more aggressive, man. What is this guy doing? This is kind of surprising, kind of disappointing. I want to see him push McGregor and blitz him because you're kind of playing into McGregor's game here. If you're just going to let Conor bounce around, and do this, you got to push him. You got to get that center of the octagon. And he's rocked. Nice blocking by Michael there. Didn't seem like McGregor had a lot of steam on that kick. But someone's got to splash some water on Michael Bisping here. Get him to start fighting, man. You got all that stamina. Go, brother. I think he's intimidated. The AI is intimidated by the McGregor power. The McGregor factor. Ask Cerrone. When the lights are in full steam, when the lights are shining bright on you, are you going to rise up or are you going to fold? Jeez. Right here, we're not seeing. There we go. He's got to just attack him, man. Go after him. Got to hand it to the AI McGregor. Doing a nice job at being very economical. Drops him. Is it over? It's over. Wow. It is over just like that. And that's exciting, but to be a little skeptic, or to be, what's the word? Pessimistic? I think that's the right word. What was going on with Michael Bisping? Jeez. Just didn't offer anything with respect to the offense. In terms of offense, just kind of stood there and let McGregor do his thing. And now Conor's moving on to the semifinal. That's crazy. It's kind of an upset in my opinion, just because if you know the stats of Michael Bisping, if he just played his cards right, he could have won this match. But whatever, it is what it is. The famous UFC line, it is what it is. And now McGregor is going to be waiting for the winner of Vanderlei and Nate Diaz. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for that one. In a few days, man, I'll post that fight. I'll be honest with you, it's just been tough. YouTube is always, and it forever will be, a hobby of mine. And I do have a full-time job in real life where I have to wake up early, get in the old Honda, drive to work for 30 minutes, and put in 10 to 12 hours of work. So sometimes it's tough for me to put these videos out there. So just be patient, and I'll post the next fight in the next few days. But if you're wondering, because some people were like, Ricky, man, where's the next video? If you're wondering, it's because I'm stuck at work, brother. It's because I'm stuck at work, and this is just a hobby. And it's just, I'll be honest with you, YouTube is just such a good release from the real world. From the real world worries, YouTube just is a great way of blindfolding me, so to speak, and letting me enjoy the beautiful art of mixed martial arts with all of you. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling on. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep it locked here for the next one. Nate Diaz versus Vanderlei. Can't wait. And I'll catch you guys soon. Take care. As always, this is Ricky J, man, from Ricky J Sports, and you are awesome. Here we go, people. My top 10 KOs while playing UFC 3 beta, and we're using Ferguson right away in an onslaught of KOs to start our countdown at number 10. Nice little dance moves by Ferguson, and that was all just adding a little simplicity to your striking game and adding a little pressure to pop, 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 pop. Who's making popcorn? And at number 9, we have the old Ricky J combos in effect, bringing it back from UFC 2. Are we going to see a down low, up high, people? Here we go. Hitting him up. Down low, up high. I actually missed with the down low, but hit him with the up high right there. And it was nighty night. Who says that you can't use the UFC 2 combos in this game? You can, but only at certain spots and only with certain guys, man. But that was a nice little KO. Adding a little bit of my history with respect to my striking game and putting it into UFC 3, going low and then sneaking one up high. Here we go at number 8. I'm using McGregor, and it was a nice little, I believe it was a 5-piece combo. What are we at, KFC, people? And it was nighty night for Ferguson. Let's look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it was a 4-piece, put up with the fries and gravy on the side. Here we go, number 7. I am Poirier, and it was a 1-punch KO, and down goes Nate Diaz, man. No need for a replay. Let's get it on number 6. I'm Ferguson, putting some pressure on Alvarez. Alvarez is running. He's in zombie mode. You know Alvarez gets like that. And it was pop, pop, pop with Ferguson. And right there, 1 punch. And look at the quivering of Alvarez doing a little twitch on the bottom right there. And it was that 1 punch, just kind of slipping to the side and hitting him and putting the lights out, saying, good night, I read you a bedtime story, time to go to bed. Right here, boom. Oh, it was the one before. It was the one before. Right there, slipping, and bam. Here we go, number 5, people. Again, it's Ferguson time against a great striker in Barbosa. And it's pressure time, and I'm looking for a nice little uppercut, and there it is. A 1-punch KO by Ferguson, and the fans are going crazy. I love his little breakdance move right there. Oh, man. But it was so nice to get this KO. That's why it's at number 5, because it's a guy that I was facing that was really good in the stand-up game, and it was that 1-punch uppercut. You guys got to try the uppercut. I know it's kind of hard to use, but you got to give it a shot. Here we go, people. Number 4. And it's Pettis time. Add in some pressure. I stunned McGregor. Go for some nice little overhand, and then it was pop, 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 rapid fire shots right there, and it was jab city for the KO. But it was so cool, man, just seeing McGregor hit his head on the canvas right there. He was nighty-night, and I was going crazy. I was running around the house, man, waking everybody up, because you don't really see that much in UFC 2. You really got to put a lot of punches into your opponent's head to get a KO like that in UFC 2, and I wasn't expecting that, and that was a crazy KO. But let's get in on the top 3. I am pumped up. I am ready to go, and I can't wait to show you guys. Here we go. So, I am Alvarez, putting pressure on Nate, man, putting some pressure. Looking to pick my spots. I rock him and boom, boom, boom. Oh, a 3-piece. It was a 3-piece. And on the way down, I'm like, hey, Nate, how about an uppercut? Yo, man, this is Nate Diaz, man. Sorry to cut this a little short, but, that's not fair that you're putting me in the highlight and it's actually a low light for me, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell my brother Nick, I'm going to tell Gilbert Melendez, Jake Shields, Cesar Gracie to come after you, Ricky, man. That's not done. That's undone. But let's get into the top 2, baby. Let's get in the top 2. But all joking aside, that was a crazy KO, and it was nice to piece those punches to get together, man. And Alvarez, man, his boxing is unbelievable. Is he really that good in real life? I don't know. Maybe EA Sports got to tone down Alvarez's stand-up game, because he is amazing. But let's resume. Get in on number 2. Here we go, people. Number 2, and I was facing a high-level striker. Man, the whole fight I was getting beat up. But the problem was that my opponent was getting cocky, doing some flashy kicks, and you can't play games in the octagon. Here we go, baby. He's trying all these crazy things, and watch this, man. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. He's fainting. He's hurting me. And then watch this. He tries that, and bang! It's over. Nighty-night. You can't play games in the octagon. Ask Anderson Silva, baby. That was just brutal. But the reason this clip right here is at number 2. This KO is at number 2 is because of the high-level fighter that I was facing and the fact that I was losing. And then he tried that little circus craziness right there, and all it took was one shot, and it was nighty-night. Look at this. Whoa! Lean back, baby. Lean back and just touch him on the chin. He didn't have his guard up, man. He didn't have his guard up. They tell you in all the MMA schools and karate schools, you got to keep that guard up. Here we go, baby. Number 1. I'm pumped up. And it's Ferguson again. Here it comes. Oh! That came out of nowhere, baby. I couldn't even build it up because it was just coming out of nowhere. But my opponent decided to taunt me like a tough guy, like a rude boy, and he ended up getting KO'd, man. And that goes down as my number 1 KO while playing EA Sports UFC 3 beta. Oh, poor Conor McGregor is down and out for the count. Look at this. Don't count your lucky stars, count your lucky chops. But anyhow, people, you could tell I'm pumped up, man. This is Ricky J, baby, from Ricky J Sports. Let me know if you want to see more of these top 10s, man. It doesn't have to be just KOs, man. It could be anything. Top 10 submissions, top 10 losses, top 10 wins. Let me know in the comment section below, man. Have a great day. Have a great week, man. Happy holidays. You guys are the best, man. And I'm out of here. This is Ricky J, baby, from Ricky J Sports.
And you are